Today I'm going to share with you how I dehydrate avocado pits for later use. They have a very bitter flavor and they're hard to eat raw, at least for me. They kind of cut up like water chestnuts and look like water chestnuts and have that same texture, but they don't taste the same. They say there's the health benefits to them, so don't take me on my word or anything that I say. Research it for yourself and find out if it's something that you're interested in or that would benefit you. So I'm not an expert. I'm just letting you know this is how I do it. So I got a case of avocados from some overages at our local food bank, and I had over 100 pits and didn't want to waste them. So because there are some good health benefits if you research it. But cut the avocado in half, and then I just whack it like that, and then twist it, and then it comes out like that. And that way you don't lose any of the meat. If you try and cut it out, some of the meat will stick to the avocado. This one's a little bit brown because I used the other half yesterday. Anything that you eat avocado with, you will absorb better. The same with black pepper. So normally when I eat it, I use a little bit of cayenne pepper, a little bit of black pepper, and a little bit of salt. And then I take it with my vitamins or apricot pits. It's kind of bright, but anyway, I get my apricot pits from Apricot Power or online, apricot.com, power.com. But you can get them anywhere. You can even cut your own. I have some that I put in the freezer that I've gotten off of my own nectarine pits or plum pits. They all have B vitamins in them that you can't get anywhere else pretty much. So, and they aren't going to kill you. I've been taking them for years and I'm fine. And so they're really bitter as well. Apricot pits are very bitter when they're dried, except if you eat them fresh. And if you eat them fresh, I'll just pull out some from the freezer that I have and I'll show you what they look like. I freeze them in the freezer, and I don't dehydrate them because the more dehydrated they are, the more bitter they are. But they just look like almonds, and they taste kind of sweet like almonds until they're dehydrated. And then all those B vitamins concentrate into them, and they become kind of bitter. So anyway, you can see that's what they look like. They're usually kind of a flat almond-looking thing, but they taste pretty good this way. But when you dehydrate them, they become hard and they taste kind of bitter. And the more bitter they are, the more B vitamins they have in them. And they get hard. And I just put them into my little coffee grinder and I pulsate them for a couple of seconds, and then they kind of look like something like this. This is actually darker than they come out because this is the avocado pit. But I just pulsate them and then I just pour that powder into my mouth and drink it down, because I've tried to make shakes out of it or mix it with other things or chew the pits, and they are so bitter I can't get them down. So this way I kind of avoid the taste buds and swallow them down. So I'm doing the same thing with the avocado pits because they're really bitter. I put a little teeny piece, probably about this size, into the little coffee grinder and I pulsate it down. It becomes about this much. And then I just pour that in my mouth and swallow it down with some juice or water. You can grind a bunch at the same time. If you have a Vitamix or another powder making blender, this won't work on all blenders. It has to be pretty strong. But you can see that's a really fine powder. It almost looks like cocoa. But you need to keep it cold where it won't mold, because there are oil in avocado pits and in apricot pits. So you want to keep them cool. So I keep my apricot pits in the freezer until I use them, and I just keep this little fat thing on the counter because I eat them every day. And but the best way is grinding them fresh, so that's why I don't grind a bunch at the same time. So you just dehydrate them. I sliced them, dehydrated them for about 48 hours. The interesting thing is the outsides, I peeled them. I peeled off that little outside layer when I dehydrated them because it's kind of like an onion skin. But as soon as they started dehydrating, the outsides turned black. So there's got to be some kind of different chemical in them that makes the outsides dehydrate black, because they were this color when they started. And then anything that was the outside is black when they dehydrated. So I dehydrated them for about 48 hours, and then I put them in little snack baggies, and then put all the snack baggies into a large bag, and then put them in the freezer and label it really well so people will know what it is. And I write on there, you know, grind 1 small clove in the thing and take it with water. And so people will know what's in there. But that's how I take them, and that's how I dehydrate them and use them. Some people say they actually use them fresh and put them in a smoothie or something, but I cannot gag down that bitterness. Even with apricot pits, I just can't do it. So normally I wouldn't grind this much, but I was just kind of trying to make it easier for myself. But it's better benefits if you grind it fresh. Anyway, that's how I use avocado pits, and like I said, research them for yourself. That there's different reports about them having anti-cancer properties, really a lot of antioxidants and extra magnesium, potassium, and calcium in them. So just do your research and figure out if it's something that you would be interested in doing for yourself, but that's how I do it.